Good morning, welcome to another video. As you can see behind me, I'm down a tiny little river. It's really low, really clear, but I mean, how wonderful does that look? Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Now, I'm not sure how well we'll do today for a few reasons, really. Firstly, I've never fished this stretch before. And secondly, it is very low and very clear. And this river, I know, this is the River Arrow. It does do well with a bit of water on and a bit of colour in it. But we'll have a go this morning. We'll fish some of the deeper pools. As you can see, it's punctuated with sort of riffly water that runs into deeper pools. So we'll have a crack. We had a little bit of rain last night, but it's been so dry, I don't think it's even going to hit the river. Now, this is a new stretch to me. This is a stretch on the Throckmorton ticket. Throckmorton have invited me to come and have a fish here. A chap called Darren watches the videos, and he's asked me if I wanted to come and have a go on their stretches. So here I am, and it's absolutely wonderful. Had a meeting with Darren during the close season, and we had a wander about. He showed me a few bits and pieces, and we had a walk of the stretches. So yeah, I've got a little bit to go on, but as I say, first session here. So I'm really looking forward to it. My approach, very simple, gonna be a roving approach. Just got my bag, net, rod rest, that's your lot. I've got a pint of maggots, and I've got some mashed bread, as you can probably see in there. So what I'm going to have to do is have a wander up this bit, perhaps bait 3 or 4 swims. We'll fish them in rotation, perhaps give it hour and a half, and then we'll do the same a little bit further up, and then that's about all the time I've got this morning. It's about 9:15 now, so yeah, I've got till maybe 12ish, something like that. So yeah, simple as that really. It's nice to be able to get down here into the river proper. Although I've got my waders on. They're not actually waders. They used to be. They're old stocking foot waders that I've cut the feet out of, so I can wear normal boots rather than oversized boots. I think we're going to put a bit of sloppy, well, sort of mediumly wet mixed mashed bread in like that. God, that is very clear. I can see that sinking. This could be hard going today. Not really picked the best day to come and try out here, but it's the only really time I had over the next few days. We'll put a couple of pouchfuls of maggots in as well. Give us some options. Right. Simple as that. We'll do that in perhaps, as I say, 3 or 4 swims in this little stretch here, and then we'll move up to the next bit. So we're back to where we started. I'm gonna have a go in here first. It's been maybe 20 minutes since we put any bait in here. Just had a wander up the stretch, done a few spots. Now, gear-wise, Daiwa ends on extendable 10-foot rod. I've got this because I was after a shorter rod to do this small river work. It's got an 1.5 ounce quiver tip in it. And I've coupled that with the Daiwa Ninja LT 2000 reel. Nice small reel, nice little roving setup. Now I think we'll fish each spot, firstly with bread and then with maggots. We'll try and pick off a chub first cast in each swim, or first few casts. And if we don't do anything on the chub, which as I say could be a bit tricky today, then we'll switch over and perhaps try maggots and catch who knows what. Really looking forward to this. Now I've got my adjustable running ledger rig on here. As I say, as the name suggests, it's very adjustable. You can adjust the length between the feeder and the hook, or the lead and the hook, very easily. So I'll direct you a video up there and down there if you want to see how I tie this up. And we'll get a bit of Mr. Warburton's finest on. I've got a tiny little Preston plug-it feeder on with a bit of mashed bread in it, and we'll see if we can do any good. Could perhaps go on the link ledger in some of the swims. We'll just suck it and see exactly what's happening. So hopefully we'll start at the top end of the swim. We'll have a few casts and we'll sort of progressively work down the swim. Just see if anyone's at home. Right, we've had a couple of casts in there. There's not a lot going on. So what I'm going to do is, as I say, I'm just going to cross over. Or I'll go and sit a bit further down there, fish a bit more towards that cover, over that far side. The sort of bottom half of the pool, if you like. Nothing doing in that first batch of swims, so I've moved sort of further along up the stretch. I've baited a couple of swims on the way up here. I'm going to have a crack in here, I think. Let's get a bit of slop in the water. Blimey, so sticky. That's breaking up lovely. And, it's a nice pool on the inside here. It's probably quite good when the river's in flood. It's lovely up here. Looks absolutely cracking, this river. I just wish there's a bit more water on. Hopefully we can winkle a fish out of one of these swims. I'll say I baited a few up a bit further downstream. This one looks nice. It's just this run with all these willows and overhanging. Looks nice. Unfortunately, it is very clear water. As I say, I can see my bait on the bottom there. Unfortunately, it's a little bit deeper. We'll have 20 minutes in here. Those other swims we've baited will be stewing. Actually watching the bait, not the rod tip. Well, one of the reasons I came out today was because it was going to be nice and overcast. But as you can see, the sun keeps coming out. It's gone. It's gone. Oh, well, he had it, whatever it was. As I say, watching the bait down there, not really the rod tip. He certainly had it in his mouth. I don't think it's very big, whatever it is, but it's a fish. I was going to say, I think I can see my bait and it's gone again. Certainly something messing with it. There we go. Oh, blimey. Come on. Wonderful. Oh, that's a nice chub. Certainly a nice one to get off the mark. Come on. Got him. Wonderful. Well, that's cracking. Saw him take that bait. Well, he's absolutely no monster. But for some summer chubbing, that's wonderful. God, he's got an absolute mouthful. There we go. Cracking. Beautiful condition as well. Right. Alright, we might be able to winkle another one out of here, so we'll get him down there in the shade. Get this nice deep net we can rest him up in. Just for 5 minutes or so. See if we can winkle another one out. Now we'll have a bit of an update as well while we're sat here. It's a nice comfy peg. What's been happening? I've been out a couple of times since you last saw me. 3 times, in fact. Not very successfully. I had a session on the Y a few weeks ago, couple of weeks ago, and it was really hard going. I'm not sure why. I was sticking it out for a barbel on the float. I was in one of my favourite barbel trotting swims. I couldn't winkle one out. They were there, they were jumping, they were showing. They weren't interested. I ended up with 3 chub on the day, 2 little ones and a modest one. So unfortunately that was that, which is, as I say, why I haven't made a video. I was out a few days ago on a local stretch of the Avon. I had a couple of hours to spare. The Avon is low and clear at the moment, so I thought, what should we do? I thought, I know, I only got a couple of hours. We'll go and try and get some chub off the top with bread. So I went to this little intimate stretch of the Avon, which is usually good for a bite. Certainly some chub around. I really struggled. I got a couple of chub taken in one swim, but they were really being picky, finicky, and that was that. Couldn't get them going. They'd take one bit or a couple of bits and then they just disappeared for like 10 minutes. I tried the whole stretch, couldn't get any chub going in any other swims. So that was that. Didn't manage to catch one. They would come up to the bait and just sort of nuzzle it and reject it. So that was that, as I say. Nothing doing. Now, in between those 2 sessions, I've actually been out guiding. I've done a guiding session. A couple of really nice chaps called Callum and Andy. I know I won't spoil the surprise of what happened on that session, but suffice to say there's a video of it over on the Fishing Tips channel. I'll link you in up there and down there. Fishing Tips Tackle and Tactics channel is my other channel where I put my non-fishing vlogs, all the videos that aren't my own fishing. But yeah, suffice to say we had a cracking day, so it's worth a watch, as I say. If you head over to the Fishing Tips Tackle and Tactics channel, and the video will be linked up there and down there. So yeah, worth a watch, and we a couple of lovely chaps as well, and we had a great day. Very enjoyable and plenty of fish. Bit of news for the channels as well. We've got a couple of new patrons, Paul and Alex. They've signed up to support the channel through Patreon, so big thanks chaps for your support. It's greatly appreciated. I've dropped you both an email, so if you want to check your inbox and send me a reply back, that'd be fantastic. I've sent you an email just with details of the membership. So yeah, as I say, thank you very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. Really looking forward to doing a bit more exploring on this stretch. I've got quite a lot of water, Throckmorton, all the way up. Probably another half mile. Plenty to go at. As I say, this river really does come into its own. I know from fishing different stretches that if you get it right, there's a bit of colour, it's a lot more productive. We really are up against it today, but I really wanted to come and have a go. And I'm going to get out onto the one of the other tickets I've got on this river, the Wixford ticket. I fancy having a go up there as well. We fished there at the end of last season, if you saw that. And that's certainly fished. That's the same river, but further upstream. That's certainly fished well with a bit of colour. So it'll be interesting to see how that fishes when it's nice and clear. I think it'll probably be tricky going, but you can do a bit of sight fishing, of course. Right, I think we need to move. We've put all the chub in there on guard. They've cleared off if there were any more in there. I assume there were. Certainly swim to remember. It's lovely sat out here on this, well, I don't know what amounts to tree roots, I think. It's cracking, this rod as well. I just got it because I wanted a 10-foot rod with a little bit of backbone for fishing these smaller rivers, but we can do that, and it drops it down about 18 inches or 2 foot, which makes it a lot easier to transport. Right, we'll get this fella back, as I say. He's nice and lively. Had a bit of a rest. Go on, off you go. Fantastic. Right, let's go and catch some more. Well, just a little wander up the stream. I found this. How nice is this? Right, I'm not even going to try and get that in. Oh, that's the rod on the bag. Looks wonderful. It'd be such an advantage as well when there's a bit of water on and a bit of colour. As I say, it'd be such an advantage knowing what these swims look like. Just flick it out there, the tail of that underneath that bit of cover. Right, see what happens, if anything. There's got to be some chub in here. There's got to be. Whether they want to play ball, different story, but there's got to be some chub in here. Right, there we go. Thought there had to be some chub in here. Got him. Well, there's about that. Another cracking young looking fish. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised that there's for fishes like this in these conditions. Can't wait till it's in good condition. Be absolutely wonderful. I say we'll just have another cast. But we've got this chap just down here next to me in this faster water. Alright, we're already, aren't we? Yeah, look at that. God, should have brought the trotting gear in here. Could have run it through there. We're having these on the float. Gotcha. Could have probably lifted him out, he's not very big. But I'm definitely going to bring my trotting gear next time. Wonderful. Get them back in this deeper water. They're both very fresh. We've had them in this oxygenated water here. Go on, off you go. Cracking. I'm going to make this the last swim. There's a deep pool in here. This is renowned as one of the good pegs on the stretch, so be interesting to see if we can do any good today. Without wishing to labour a point, it really is not great conditions for this river. Talking of labour, we got a new government. I was just reading on my phone. Been running around all morning. I've not seen. Right, let's see what we can do. See if anyone's at home. I think we'll have the bag as a rod rest again. See if anything's going to happen in here. God, let's sort it out. Right, I had a pull already, look. Should have struck that. And again, go on. Go on. Ah! Drop back. Well, some fish in here, clearly. See why this has got a reputation as a good peg. Just cast in. That was a pull of a reasonable fish as well, wasn't it, I think? Wasn't little tappy Yankee rattly bites. It was a proper pull, a couple of pulls, and then it dropped back. Well, that'd be good if we can finish off with another fish. Oh, blimey. Try not to put it in the tree. A bit far that time, actually. All right, there we go. God, it didn't take long, did it? Just a chub by the looks of it. Again, no monster. Oh, no. There's a big snag on the inside here. God, what a scrap. Oh, net's all caught up. Got him. Well, that's cracking. We have finished off on another fish. Again, no monster, but absolutely wonderful in this conditions. I really did think we'd struggle to get some bites today, but we've had a few. Question is, will we get another bite? So unfortunately, we sort of dragged him all the way through the swim. We didn't have a choice, really. And you don't get away with a lot in this clear water. All his mates will have seen him jagging around, assuming he's got some down there. All right, blimey, pull the rod in. Well, I guess we are going to get another bite. One of those totally unmissable bites that you managed to miss. How? How am I missing these bites? Oh my goodness, being mugged. I have got a relatively small hook on. I say relatively, it's a 12. If I was fishing just for chub, I'd have a 6 on. But you know, I'm hedging my bets because I don't really know what we might catch. You know, I'm sure there's some roach and dace, etc. in here, so I don't just want to fish a massive hook and nothing but chub can hook themselves, or be hooked, should I say. They're not hooking themselves on a running rig. Right. I suspect this is smaller fish though. See, that's a rattly little fish bite. That's a pull. Go on, keep going. Go on. Oh dear. I'm having my pants pulled down here, big style. Yeah, that really pulled the rod in. Lightning. This feels a better fish. That first surge. Oh, it's a better fish. Got him. Well, he's certainly the biggest one of the day. And doesn't he look beautiful in his clear water colours? Absolutely fantastic. I'm certainly wised up to what's going on here though. I'm sure we could put maggots on and catch loads of dace and minnows and etc., but we'll leave that for another day. And perhaps fish in the float. Just fancied today having a rove about with a ledger gear, seeing what we could winkle out. And for these conditions, It's a really good result, to be honest. Hardly scratch the surface of the swims either. There's loads of swims along here I've not done. Some on the other side, and there's some further upstream as well, quite a lot further upstream. So we'll have a go at those another day. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. There's nothing happening at all. They have sussed out that their mates have vanished. Right, we'll get this lovely brace back. Raring to go, as you can hear, I'm sure. Go on, off you go. Gone. Fantastic. Well, that has been really good, actually. Really, really good for the conditions. That's absolutely wonderful. I thought we'd really struggle to get a bite, but we've had, well, 1, 2, 3, 5 chub. So yeah, really, really pleased with that. Nothing huge, but I think the big boys will come out to play when the river's in better condition. So if you fancy coming and having a go on Throckmorton stretches yourself, I'll leave some contact information up there and down in the description as well for the club. Some links to their Facebook page and some telephone numbers as well. And you can, yeah, get on board and come and have a crack. It's a lovely bit of river. As I said, I hardly scratched the surface today. We've done perhaps 6 or 7 swims, something like that. 8 swims maybe. There's loads on this stretch, loads on the other bank, loads further upstream. We'll have a go at those on a future date. But yeah, for a couple of 3 hours, that was fantastic. Now, I'm going to be out, try and get out on the Avon, perhaps early next week. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel page for your wonderful support. And I'll see you again very soon.